Radiant's ban.
Started. Okay, hello and welcome to Requiem Autumn. This is a upper division game, I believe, between two teams. One team that didn't set their name because they didn't make a team inside of Dota yet. It is Harambe's third leg versus Instant Gaming over on the Radiant side. We just got started on this one. This is the first of a two-game series for these teams. And the first week of the tournament, I think we should call it a tournament. Yeah, that seems good enough. Starting off with some pretty not unexpected, but pretty expected bans. Pretty common meta picks. Faceless Void, really strong offlaner. Really nice to have. The Ricky is really good roaming support, probably one of the best. Very hard to deal with as
reserve time.
Coster supports a lot of money even if you do manage to deal with him. And then by Instant Gaming, they're taking a little bit of time to think about their second ban. The Invoker, though, is their first. Very strong mid laner, especially later goes into the game. Just gets so many spells. It'd be incredibly disruptive in a fight.
Dyer's pick.
Banner, they're also gonna take out another Invis Roamer. Pretty much the only other one. Tanner is gonna be a first pick. Very safe. I guess they're gonna go. Yeah, they're just gonna go something as safe as they possibly can. I don't think there's any pick safer than a Tidehunter. It's hard to kill in lane. It usually does pretty alright. And it can farm the jungle if it gets zoned out. Like starting at level 2. You probably don't want to do it at level 1, but level 2 he's just fine.
Reserve time.
Instant Gaming don't seem too confident in their strategy. Use them some reserve time early on. They're gonna pick up Soranos though. Very good hero. Even if she got a slight nerf in some of the subsequent patches recently, she's still one of the top mid laners in the game. And has great burst damage and excellent wave clear. And now the picks are starting to flow a little faster. Elder Titan and Disruptor, the second picks for both teams. Instant Game and taking the Elder Titan. Really good defensively. It's really hard to dive after him, and he can just TP anywhere and throw down a stomp, and it'll stop you cold. Disruptor, meanwhile, stops people if they try to TP in and in the opposite route. He's pretty good at catching mobile heroes. Definitely good for catching the Mirana. You can just get your Thunder Strike on her before she leaps away, and then you'll be able to pull her back with kinetic glimpse and put her in a kinetic field. Pretty solid first few picks here, I think.
10 seconds to go.
I like the synergy with the Mirana and Elder Titan giving bonus damage to the Mirana.
5 seconds.
I like that combo more so thus far, but we still got a lot of draft ahead of us to go.
Reserve time.
PA is going to be banned for Instant Gaming. Really annoying carry to deal with. You either need a lot of magic damage or you're going to need an MKB on one of your cores. Although they do have a lot of magic damage, it's more so I guess they just don't want to have to worry about it at all. Just randomly she could end up destroying your team with just a couple right clicks. Interesting. They're going to ban the Tinker out when Mirana's most likely going to be their mid laner. I suppose the Mirana Elder Titan combo is really strong early on as a like roaming duo. You can just use the Elder Titan stomp, set up an arrow, and it's very easy to do. I can see why they'd want to get rid of that possibility, especially with the combo that of the Tinker Elder Titan. Like Tinker can just teleport to his Astral Spirit. That's also very powerful. Interesting carry ban on the Spectre. It could signify they're going to be going for some late game of their own and they don't want a competition in it. And Slark going to be on the side of the Dire. They just don't want to deal with the Slark. Really annoying hero. And it's actually pretty good against Tidehunter. Tidehunter, even though he does good against him early on in lane, it just allows the Slark to steal lots of stats later in the game, and he can easily purge the Ravage. Because it's not going to be too hard to see it coming. Although, even with that, they already have one of the best counters to a Slark and Disruptor. This is a bit odd to see them pick that up. Timbersaw going to be pick up. It's pretty good against the Tidehunter. Not really great against Disruptor though. Again, just like the Mirana, can get called back and then just silenced up with Static Storm. Visage is an interesting pick. I'm wondering if they'll run as a support or they'll be going core. And Drow Ranger, very quick pick for them. They know what they want to go for now. Drow Ranger is actually really good against Visage. If she ends up getting Ags, it'll only take 3 attacks to take out all of his birds, even if he has an Ags.
10 seconds to go.
Makes it really hard for Visage to fight.
5 seconds.
Again, he can't even get close to a Drow. She just silences him. And tears him up.
Reserve time.
I'm guessing this will probably be a support Visage. I think they'll really be running at mid. Yeah, it looks to be all 3 cores for instant gaming, so they'll probably go for support last. Probably something to help defend their Drow Ranger, because while they do have Timbersaw up front and the Elder Titans sleep, they probably want something a little more direct to save her. Maybe like a Shadow Demon or a Vengeful Spirit. On the side of Dire, I'm not really sure what they're going to go for. It could just be going for... probably want something to counter Drow, of course. He's the most threatening hero right now. Because if she goes unchecked, well, she's probably just going to win the game. They're going to use the Juggernaut. Probably going to be going for a Sanjiasha build or a Blink Dagger on this. I'll get the Drow Ranger's face better and just immediately Omni Slasher down, start a fight. Or try to do something akin to that. And they don't have any kind of BK piercing stun, so Juggernaut shouldn't really have a problem just split pushing against this lineup. If he goes for possibly Manta instead. Actually, never mind. Why would he get Sanjiasha when he could get Manta? Yeah. He could just purge silences from Drow all day. And it could also be useful to dodge arrows sometimes. And bans, last few bans for the teams. Instant Gaming, gonna get rid of the Alchemist. It's pretty good against the Drow Ranger, but it's not really good against the Timbersaw. Even, I mean, sure, if Alchemist gets the lead, he can crush anybody because he just has so many more items, but he's not really good against Timber. Like, he's a strength hero, and he's prone to getting kited. He also doesn't want to pick up the BKB. So yeah, some interesting bans. Yeah, the PA ban and the Spectre ban actually make a lot more sense with the Drow Ranger pickup. Because they're heroes that can easily jump on a Drow Ranger and just destroy her. Line ban is going to be coming out from the Dire. I don't think that's really a hero they need to worry about. And it'll come with some disables, but it's not like anything special. Tenor is probably not going to worry about Lion insta-hexing him as he blinks in. Yeah, that is confirmed support. Actually, no. You know, I would say it's confirmed support Visage by... I've seen support Zeus before. I don't think it's very good, but they could try it. But most likely it's going to be a mid Zeus. Gonna use that to burst down heroes like the Marana Elder Titan and just chip away at the Timbersaw.
5 seconds.
Although he's pretty hard to play against the Drow Ranger. Like she has her silence. Zeus only gets the Yules for purging. Yeah, I don't really think that's that great of a pick here for them. I think they were going to be going for mid laner regardless, but I think there's probably a couple of better options they could have gone for. And they're going against the Timbersaw. It's hard to choose a hero, like going to these heroes. Like they have Marana for amazing magical burst, even more magical sustained damage from Timbersaw, and bonus damage just all around from Elder Titan. It's hard to actually pick any kind of sustaining hero because they're just gonna die regardless. I'd probably pick something that'd be better just holding these heroes down. Possibly something like a Skarath mid, even as weird as it is. I think I would prefer seeing that over a Zeus. Instant gaming. Got plenty of time to think about their last pick. As I previously speculated, probably a range support with defensive capabilities. Oh, no, they're gonna go more aggressive. They're gonna go with Shadow Shaman. Long disables to hold people down, and they have good pushing power with his snakes. They don't really have great options for destroying his snakes, but it's Probably won't be a massive problem for them. I think I'm gonna time out. Yeah, I did. I timed out. Just gonna take a second to reconnect to the game here. I wonder if Dino's got disconnected as well. This match is gonna be played on US East, as I believe this is US East Division.
All right, carry on.
Okay, it looks like... Yeah, we are gonna get underway here. The game is unpaused as the players have loaded back in. And I shall start to introduce the players starting 1 through 5. We're gonna go to the Radiant side. Starting with the Drow Ranger. Gonna be played by Shazam as... Not really sure how to pronounce that. Yeah, whatever. We got the Clover, gonna be played by... Or Clover gonna be playing the Marana. Out to the offlane. Sabile, gonna be playing Timbersaw. Rushdown, gonna be on that Shadow Shaman. And Bots of Redwall, gonna be on the Elder Titan. I believe his name is Boots, but it's not showing up properly. Yeah, let's go over to the dark side. We got Ghost Stick, he's gonna be on the Juggernaut. We got VVVVV on the Zeus, out in the offlane. Dirty Bands on the Tidehunter. Magic Man, not a role model on the Disruptor, and Cal P on that Visage. Taking a look at some starting items. Don't really see any unusual builds here.
The prize is mine.
Looks like there are going to be tri-lanes on both sides. Going to be pretty tough for the offlaners. The Tidehunter is usually pretty good against any lane. I guess the Drow Ranger is not really his forte. He does far better against melee laners. And this shouldn't really be a good matchup for him. He's probably going to have to rotate the jungle pretty early. I wouldn't be surprised to see him pick up a first item Iron Talon. Outside of his starting items. Rana hasn't actually skilled anything yet. Saving her skill point. Zeus is gonna just use his Arc Lightning to get some last hits. Top lane, Timber gonna be getting zoned out pretty well here. Disruptor and the Visage gonna be pretty solid against them. My dog is kind of barking. Just neighbors outside. Okay. Hey Minnie, you can stop now. I don't think she will. Guess I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Down bot lane, they were looking to set up a kill onto the Tidehunter. He did get Krakachella level 1, so they should be able to survive this just fine. They didn't pursue it too hard. Just gonna be satisfied with zoning him out. Minnie, can you be quiet? Thanks. Yeah. Disruptor. Yeah, not too much is happening. VVV getting pretty much all of his last hits in the mid lane. Doing a little bit better than the Marana, but still one more wave to go. To be expected so far. Lane stage is very simple. Probably not going to see many kills happen unless an offlaner gets that position or we see some mid rotation. We'll just be taking a look at the efficiency of the supports. There's one stack there for the Radiant. That camp looks like it got blocked. No, it's just Sentry. It might have been blocked by the Tidehunter earlier. They dewarded it or something. To mid lane. Rana getting a full wand. Pretty solid idea against Zeus. He's always going to be spamming his spells. One stack there. Although, against having a Timber in the offlane, you don't usually want to make stacks in this camp here. Usually you just want to be stacking this one instead because it's much harder for him to get to that. It's interesting that Timber went for Timber Chain level 1 against the Disruptor. It's not really that great of an option. He can just glimpse you back very easily. then your escape is kind of pointless. Although it is a 4-second cooldown, so I guess probably won't die anyways after just one glimpse. Titanarm was trying to stack, but you can't really stack going that way, I think. Yeah, they did manage to stack this. Yeah, they are trying to stack, and apparently it was blocked beforehand. Making stacks in a couple places in the jungle. This is a good idea. If you're gonna have a static early game, you just want to make a lot of stacks for your cores. If you don't plan to actually be doing too much. And the offlaner isn't very threatening. Although they're pinging this out. They want to go on him. They have the slows there. They do have the Astral Spirit Stomp, but they're not actually going to use it. Strange decision. That definitely would have been a kill, I believe. Meanwhile, the mid lane. While that non-kill wasn't happening, there was a kill being done by the Zeus. That's going to be first blood. Hey, AI. Radiant making me miss first blood. This Zeus is having a really successful early game, outlasting the Mirana and getting a solo kill on her. Zeus is a very immobile hero, and he has just now gotten his boots, but with the Elder Titan and the Shadow Shaman, they have a long duration. They have a huge amount of disable on their side. Not even including the Mirana arrow that would also land. I'm really surprised they haven't rotated the mid lane yet. They were going to rotate the Elder Titan there now, though. Taking a look at the offlaners, seeing how they're doing. The Titanhar, level 3.5, has a couple last hits for himself, some jungle. This Timbersaw is actually doing better than last time I checked up on him. He's level 4, and he has a couple last hits of his own as well. You know, though, he's going against the tri-lane. He's doing pretty alright for himself. Although, nobody's doing as good as this Juggernaut, getting pretty much all of his last hits thus far, I think. There was an attempt to gank of the mid lane, but they just didn't really combo their stuff efficiently enough. Probably could have paid a little more attention to that. But it's a good thing my cameraman was. Yeah, Sport's just kind of sitting around. Gonna be looking to stack some camps in the next minute, most likely. If they have been getting some stacking done, I'd like to see a little more. Arrow, gonna be wildly off target there. Gonna end up doing too much. Top lane, just doing some more pulling, denying some XP. Mirana ult's gonna be used. This is probably gonna mean she's gonna rotate top, I guess, but it was used very early. Haste is gonna be picked up by Elder Titan. He's going to the mid lane with the Shadow Shaman. I think it's too early, and she popped her Moonlight Shadow too early. Like, Elder Titan just ran up here. The Zeus isn't gonna come up for this, especially when he doesn't need to. Anyways, like Dark Lightning, he can be back about 800 units. He's at no risk to this. 6.5 minutes in, very quiet game. Just cores last hit and some creeps. Although they're rotating on mid lane, they did manage to wrap around on him, but he's gonna completely miss the stomp. I mean, I don't know why he didn't just put his Astral Spirit more forward. It does have a very long cast range, like nearly 1,000, I believe, if not 1,000. He's gonna rotate to top lane now. I believe if this Elder Titan had landed his skills more, he would have resulted in a kill. And oh, Mirana, thanks. Mirana at the mid lane, just going down with the Zeus ult. The Visage didn't even have to do anything. Top lane, Elder Titan's still sitting up here with the Timber. They do want to go on this. Yeah. Pretty sure the Mirana's been unhappy with their Elder Titan, wanting them to go for a kill. Timbersaw is going to land in the kinetic field, and they're going to be stuck there for a bit. Mirana came up top, but the arrow does not latch. They're going to have to back off that. And rush down, just going to be sitting at the middle lane, taking this while the Mirana is away. Down bot lane. Dro misses the last hit. Disappointing to see. It's always disappointing to see Carry miss the last hit. Top lane. There's gonna be a glimpse back. He's gonna be stuck in the connect field. They do have the. They do not actually have a spin. No, never mind. Timbersaw is gonna be just fine. Gonna take some damage for it. This Zeus is clearly doing very well for himself. Excuse me. Although he doesn't have as many last hits as he carries, he does have his 2 kills. Miss Marana taking more punishment from him.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
Let's take a look at how the supports are doing overall. On last hits chart, the Radiant supports do have a couple of their own from camps apparently, while the Dire do not really have that many. Rushdown, he has his basic movement items, some wards. He's level 4.5. Elder Titan, he's also level 4, just about a half. He has his boots, Windlace. They're doing pretty alright for themselves. Vistage has his boots, has his salve in his back pocket. Gonna land a pull through, which is nice. Sports on the Dire side, not opting for Windlace. Oh, Mirana Invis just ends. No gank really happening at the mid lane. Then actually move the supports in position to accomplish this, although they do have the Shadow Shaman still sitting uphill, waiting for the Zeus to come up. Zeus is gonna be getting a first time Bloodstone No, never mind. I forgot Ada Lens. I was like, Zeus possibly building Perseverance and Bloodstone? No, Ada Lens makes a lot of sense because Zeus. And the extra damage is always helpful when you're a nuking hero and you try to nuke things. Damage is the best part of that. Gank is going to be happening top lane. Haste picked up Rhythm Rana. Even though they do not have Moonlight Shadow. Oh no, it's not going to be a gank. It's just going to be pushed. They'll be looking to see if they can get a kill. Like this Dry Ranger. She's going to have her Helm of the Dominator if she wants. She's going to pass it up for now. Just going to go for a Dragon Lance rather than finishing her Helm of the Dominator first, it looks like. And just all 5 heroes of the Rain going to be rotating top lane to take this tower out. Gonna hurt the Jug's position in the top lane. He's doing alright on his Battle Fury, but it's not really great so far. And he has a lot of last hits. Yeah, they're TPing in. Arrow's gonna slow down the Titanhunter. He does have his Ravage. Stomp's gonna come out. The Zeus ult is gonna be used. But I don't really think they're gonna be able to catch anyone. Omni Slash is up, but oh, they're gonna find the Timber Saw. He's gonna go down. 4th kill of the game. Although they come back in, the Omni Slash is used. He's gonna be back with his team. Arrow lands on the Juggernaut, but I don't think they should go for it. Yeah, the Mirana's probably gonna have to get back. Haste is just now running out. I doubt she'll. Yeah, she's not gonna die. Down enough to pursue. So a 1 for none. Or actually, wait. Oh, the Shadow Shaman died. Oh, I didn't even notice. That was interesting. He just wasn't dead very long. So yeah, 2 for 1 or 2. I don't know why I said that, but yeah, 2 for none. 5v5 engagement. Pretty solid for them, especially defending their tower. Oh, the Mirana is gonna find the Zeus out here. She has just enough damage to finish him off. Looks like one more right click will do him in. Not enough mana to pursue the Disruptor, but they're gonna be able to push mid lane off this. It looks like, yeah, they're gonna want to go for this. Zeus being the primary D pusher, he's in a pretty good spot. Or a top lane. Rushdown is gonna use his chicken, but he's gonna get chased up by Juggernaut. He's not really gonna get away. There's too much damage here. Oh, or not. Doesn't get the last right click on him, and he actually TP's out. He wants to go for the Dry Ranger, but he's just a little too slow. This is just not able to really help him target down anybody. Stomp does land on the Juggernaut. Silence, though, does not land before he gets hit. He goes down anyways, though. Pure damage from Timbersaw taking him down. 4 heroes for the Dire top lane, and the healthy heroes for the Radiant also top. Both teams interested in taking these 5v5 engagements. Arrow's gonna go out. It's gonna hit the Tide Hunter. They're gonna be able to go after him, but the Marana doesn't actually have any mana. Timbersaw, he has plenty though. He should be able to do enough nuke damage. But the Zeus though, he also has nuke damage. He's gonna take down the Marana. They're gonna be able to go for the Zeus though. Draw Ranger gonna be taking him down. Two heroes very low. The Visage going down as well. Elder Titan dying for that kill. Juggernaut doesn't have enough mana for Omni Slash, but he should be able to kill the Draw Ranger. No, he shouldn't get caught in the Connect field. Will he be able to catch up? One more right click is needed. Phase boots were used, but he gets turned into chicken. Now he's getting shackled. Rushdown is gonna pay for this, but he gets his Draw Ranger out.
Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
That's gonna cool down for a little bit. Ultra Titan's actually the only hero who isn't 6 yet. He's very close to it though. He should get it on his next wave of creeps up the mid lane.
Regeneration.
Moonlight Shadow is used. They're gonna probably look to pursue into the jungle. The Marana does reveal herself, and the fact that they used Moonlight Shadow. All 5 heroes for the Dire here are ready to counter. Although 2 ults from the supports are missing. Disruptor does have his tools of Glimpse available. Not going to be bringing him back though. We're just going to sit around the mid lane. All heroes on both sides actually sitting around the mid lane. 15 minutes in. Let's take a look at the net worth, see how those graphs are going. Small lead for Team Instinct, about 2,000 gold. Not much to write home about. Small XP lead for them as well. Neither is really notable. Pretty even game thus far. Although, as a Drow lineup, they probably want to be getting even more towers than they are. Zeus can make it pretty difficult though, and as well as a Tide Hunter. Just generally hard to fight into. Couple heroes in the mid lane. Looks like Zeus is also rotating over to counteract this 5-man push. Arrows coming out is not going to hit onto anything. Just fly right by him. Persona takes this opportunity to go to a different lane. He's going to be going bot. No Dire heroes rotating as of yet. Looks like the... I don't know, the Disruptor is going to be rotating. That's somebody's going to be putting a ward down. Or they're all kind of going down there. Letting the Juggernaut go off on his own to farm. For people to kill. Although, that was a Radiant scan, so they're not really going to find anyone. It's interesting that, actually... Oh yeah, they just noticed this ward here. Yeah, they're going to give it to the Drow Ranger. It's like, I wondered why the Elder Titan... What? They know the ward's there, don't they? Okay. She kind of just needed to stand at a weird angle to see it. And bot Zeus throwing out some bolts, warding off the Timbersaw and pushing the wave a bit. Mid lane, the Visage got phase. Nice, got phase boots for extra movement speed, and he got a Bastion for himself. Probably be turning that into Medallion as soon as he can. Surprised he hasn't picked up a Blightstone yet. Juggernaut, Battle Fury, still coming along. He actually almost has it on top of his phase boots. Gonna be pretty solid timing for him. Elder Titan has his full kit of stuff he needs pretty much for the early game. He's got a Soul Ring in his Tranks. Shadow Shaman, he has Mana Boots. Rana's Ags isn't really coming along very well. She's sitting at 5.2k gold. Rana gonna be using her ult, but she's gonna get pulled back. The Connect field won't catch her though. Barely a little too close. Oh, the Timbersaw is ready to go in here. Rana's going pretty far up. She is going to land some damage on the Zeus, but Zeus is going to land a lot more. The Kinetic Field gets dropped. Rana gets caught in it. The Ravage is used. It is going to hit onto the Timbersaw. Nobody else caught in it though, but it did zone them out. They should be able to pursue the Timber off here. He doesn't have a good means of escape. He's gonna not find a timber chain. He's gonna go down to the disruptor in the end. 2 kills for them. This should mean they can push on. They themselves can push. And we'll look to take their first tier 1 of the game. Oh, this Elder Titan here looks like he get caught out of position. He's not gonna. Oh, he is gonna use Glimpse now. Gonna bring him back into the middle of all their heroes. Wards get dropped, but the Shadow Shaman's gonna have to back off after this. Tanner, well, he's very tanky. He's actually gonna disconnect. Having some internet troubles for him. He'll probably be back shortly. Taking a look at this. Oh yeah, they're back now.
Alright, carry on.
Drow Ranger is going top. I believe Drow Ranger should go top to stop the Juggernaut.
Radiant's top tower
Mid's
is
not a
taken.
worry.
No breaking down the radiant structures like
Juggernaut has had his Battle Fury completed just recently.
Radiant's top tower is
Sitting on a pretty good
back.
net worth, but compared to the Drow Ranger, it's still lacking.
One last
As she
top
has
tower for the
2.2k on top of her Dragonlance, Helm of Dominator, and Power Treads. She's pretty rich. Interesting to see what build she'll go for. Likely just going to be picking up something like a Manta. And then possibly thinking of other items later. Gathering up at the mid lane. Looks like they might want to actually go pushing again. Like, they have a Drow Ranger, they have an Elder Titan, they have the Timbersaw tank up front. I think they have a pretty good shot to push, even if they don't have the Shadow Shaman wards up right now. But to really push, they do need somebody to catch out the Zeus. They need somebody to kill him, so they can't de-push. Rana's Aghanims. Looks like she still needs another 2,000 gold, as she doesn't have any parts of it on the courier. Her farm isn't really where she wants it to be at this point. Speaking of farm not being where they want it to be, this Timbersaw is going to be taking some farm from the Drow for himself. He has a cloak, soul ring, arcane boots. He certainly would want more than he has right now. Gonna get a ward up in their enemy jungle. Disruptor is. Juggernaut just gonna be doing some farming. Gonna be picking up a Yasha, pretty likely. Now we're gonna see him get this other ward out here though. Just enough range on that ward to see him pass up there. Oh, they're gonna use the smoke. They saw that smoke happen. They know what's happening and they know these wards are there. Rush down though, he's gonna be the brave soul to tank this gank. And yeah, I don't see how he survives. Yeah, that's what happens when you run into 5 enemy heroes. I don't think they realize that they smoked. Although the Mirana is still sitting in mid lane, she's gonna get caught here. The Connect field isn't gonna be on time though. She is able to leap out of this, but she gets ravaged instead. It also hits onto the Elder Titan. They're gonna be able to pursue him too. This should be a good 3 kills for them, but Disruptor a little bit off the glimpse. Slow though. One more right click. Juggernaut finishes him off. Strong 3 kills for the Dire. They should really get mid tower off this, as it's already pushed in even. Juggernaut has a Yasha recipe for some reason. It's interesting buy having the recipe instead of actually buying a stat item. Yeah, he has his Yasha ready whenever he wants it.
Radiant's mid tower could use a
Our
hand.
Ranger could end up running into the Jug up top. She's gonna back off though, shouldn't know how many heroes are up there. Well, even more wards going down in the Radiant jungle. There's no way you can go. There's no way you can get in the jungle without being seen. Yeah, Rush down, he's ready for this. He's gonna de-ward. He's gonna get rid of one of them, but I don't think he knows that there's 3 there. I certainly wouldn't expect it either. Also, Dire got this ward up here after they took the tower. They have so much vision on the Radiant side. They've also had this like Roche ward here for a bit. They saw the Shadow Shaman get his ward down. Zeus should be able to get this easy D ward.
Dyer's mid tower could use a little help.
Just gonna be a little quiet for a little bit, it seems. Although with Moonlight Shadow, I would think that the Radiant would be want to make him moves
Dyer's
here.
mid tower could use a little help.
Like
No breaking
this Trow is sitting on a lot of money. Is she actually just rushing a butterfly? It's a pretty unconventional build, especially when they have a Zeus on the enemy team. I don't think the Zeus really cares that much if she has a butterfly. Although it is going to be hard for the Juggernaut to fight her, much harder. Her damage output will increase significantly. Let's draw Ranger. No, she's gonna go for full Ags. Yeah, she's just saving up a lot of money. Yeah, Drow Ranger looking pretty good in the farm department, but after this Jug having gotten his Battle Fury and those kills, he's caught up pretty nicely. They're ready to fight the mid lane, all smoked up. He's gonna land on a few heroes, but the question is, will he notice? No, they won't notice the Drow. She's gonna get picked off here. She gets the silence off. He's not gonna get his Omni Slash. The Stomp is gonna sleep him as well. They're gonna hold him up. The Ravage catches onto 2. The Elder Titan ult is gonna hit 3, but the Shower Shaman gets bursted extremely fast. The Mirana not in a good spot. She's taking a lot of damage from Static Storm, but the Shroud Ranger gets to do what she wants. She doesn't actually get hit by Omni Slash that much, and the Juggernaut's in bad position in between the wards. He's gonna have to back off, too low for him. Mirana also gonna be backing off this fight. Titanheart, though, is gonna get caught on in the end. Getting the last kill of this fight. 3-for-1 trade in favor of the Radiant. Pretty nice for them. That Drow Ags, even though not super notable in that fight, she just got to do what she wanted regardless. And they're never able to really focus her down. Like, Juggernaut got a couple Omni Slash hits on her, and that was it. Oh, yeah, not surprising. The Juggernaut has his Blink Dagger. That's going to be great for jumping on the Drow Ranger in fights, but with her Aghanim Scepter, she's pretty tanky. I don't know if the Jug can actually handle her alone. Let's check out how some of the other items are doing for other heroes. Zeus is making his way towards his Bloodstone pretty close. In fact, does he have enough? Yeah, he has enough. He just got enough for the Bloodstone recipe. He's gonna have that sent out now. The opposite mid, the Mirana, is pretty close to her Ags. In fact, she almost has it. Just behind the Drow off that last fight. And she does just now have enough. Timbersaw for the Radiant. He's also getting pretty close to his Bloodstone, but a little farther off than Zeus was. Still another 900 for him. Tidehunter, he's had his Blink Dagger, or maybe just got his Blink Dagger. Yeah, he just got his Blink Dagger. He doesn't have a mech though, so it's unfortunate for them. He hasn't really gotten much farm this game. Taking a look at the supports. Disruptor, probably going to be going for a Yules to counter the silence. Possibly a Force Staff, but I'd look more towards Yules. Visage, going to be just going straight for Aghanims, I guess. As he has a point booster picked up. Sports on the other side. Elder Titan, going for his Aether Lens, get some extra cast range on his Astral Spirit. I don't think it's really that great a pickup. I'd probably rather see him go for something like a Glimmer Cape defensively against the Zeus, or maybe Yules defensively against the Juggernaut. Yeah. Shadow Shaman, not making much item progression, just buying a lot of wards really. Dewarding from Disruptor. Not much is really happening. They're just kind of splitting farm across the map. While the Dire are gathering up more, they could be going for a smoke. They don't actually have one though. They're just kind of gathering up. They're gonna look to take this tier 1 bot lane. It's been up for a while. They're ready to get rid of it. Radiant are aware of their rotations and they're coming to counter this, but they're not really coming very fast. They should probably be rotating faster if they actually intend to defend this. I think they're just gonna give it up. Although they're not making any kind of trade on the other part of the map, they're just kind of getting some farm. Draw Ranger has finished her Maelstrom a while ago apparently, since she has a lot of money. She'll probably be turning that into Mjolnir, I'd wager. Yeah. Tier 1 received, or Tier 1 destroyed, and Dire port back to their Tier 2. Playing it pretty safe, just sticking all together. I really think the Radiant should be making more moves. Like if they can just get a pick off, it makes their ability to take a tower much easier. And they have a Drow lineup. Their ability to take towers is already incredible. I'd like to see them really use their ability to have a Drow much stronger. Although they're just kind of farming. I mean, this Drow has a lot of items. She's top net worth in the game, even if she is followed just barely behind her by the Juggernaut. She can definitely fight a Juggernaut. If she gets her silence off before he spins, she's probably gonna kill him. And Zeus, he gets silenced, he didn't have any way to deal with it. Although the Juggernaut now has his Manta, so he doesn't actually care about silence anymore. They have smoke, they're ready to get going. The Visage nearly breaking the smoke on himself, but his Ag's coming along pretty good as they're gonna rotate over to the Radiant jungle. I don't know if they're really gonna find anything, although the Mirana might run right into their path. They're actually gonna be backing off. They know something's up. They think they're in Roche. Timbersaw just kind of sitting up here. He's gonna be the one receiving this gank. He's gonna get head up. The Ravage is blown, and they use a ton of. Use 3, or no, they didn't use his ult. They used 2 ults for that, and take Timbersaw down. Really turn this into a quick push in the mid lane. Yeah, they're just gonna go grab the creeps first as Zeus goes bottom to deal with that. And imagine they're gonna go for creep push. And I'd like to see either team try to do something rather than just sitting back and farm. I mean, since both teams are gonna be doing that, I guess I should talk about which team is gonna do better in the late game. They do have the Tidehunter and the Juggernaut to be able to jump on the Drow Ranger, but the Disruptor, Visage, Zeus, they don't do good against the Drow whatsoever. And she's just gonna tear him apart. To deal with the Juggernaut, they do have a Timbersaw to help kite him. They have so much magic damage from the Mirana. The Tidehunter is not actually a huge issue, especially since he's not really tanky. Yeah, he doesn't even have a mech yet. He has a long way to go before he's just unkillable tank in team fights. And he probably won't really get there this game as far behind farm as he is right now. Meanwhile, this Timbersaw, although he lost his couple Bloodstone charges already after getting his Bloodstone, he should still be able to do his job in a fight pretty well, which is just throwing out chakrams and slowing everybody. My dog is being annoying. There we go. Yeah. Both offlaners really are kind of disappointed with how this game's going for them. I'd feel. I just want to see something happen. Team go for Roche, go for a push, anything. Like, no tier 2s have died thus far. It's 32 minutes in. There have been some team fights, but nothing's been really taken off the back of these team fights. Like, most of the tier 1 towers even fell without team fights. Like, they're just roaming around the map and farming on their side. Do they have another smoke? Yeah. They're gonna go out for another smoke play. But all the Radiant heroes are over at the Ancients in mid. They're not gonna be able to find anybody off the back of this. You know, overall, it's just gonna be a large waste of time, likely, unless the Timbersaw goes to the jungle again. Oh, Timbersaw's going to the jungle again. Oh yeah, they see heroes up there. They're saying like, there's lots of heroes up there. But they hear the Timbersaw, they're going to be able to go for him. Going to blink forward, immediately use the Omni Slash. Timbersaw is not going to actually be able to make the Timber Chain, oddly enough. He's not going to go for it either. The Mirana ult is used, Rushdown is going to drop his wards, but they should be able to kill those wards. 2 heroes dead off the start of the fight, and the Serpent ward's also going down. But there's no creeps, they can't actually push. They're gonna have to back off, and don't even know if they'll be taking this objective. Although they seem more intent on actually taking the objective this time, as they do stick around mid lane.
Radiant's mid towers.
Juggernaut gonna put his healing ward up. He's just gonna be whacking away at the tower. Really the only tower hitter they have aside from the Visage. No. Another Summon comes up from the ET. It's not really going to do anything though. They're just going to continue to chip away at the tower. And it will go down in the end as they don't really move to oppose it. But meanwhile, Dry Ranger makes a trade. Very good trade at that. Able to take a tier 2 for a tier 2. And Dry Ranger getting more farm out of this. She picked up a BKB of her own since last time I checked on her like 8 minutes ago or something. That's nice. Maybe they'll be able to fight now. Maybe. Well, Juggernaut, he doesn't want to fight something. He's gonna go to Roshan. He hasn't any lifesteal though, so he's gonna be taking a decent bit of damage from it. Gonna use the Tidehorn to tank it up a bit. Zeus is just gonna be standing here to scout out people coming. This is a pretty good spot for them. They can just drop to the connect field, and there it goes. Rushdown is going to be bursted down almost immediately, and the Mirana will fall soon after. Oh, the Juggernaut blinks in. He uses an Omni Slash, takes down Timbersaw as well. 3 kills for them. But the Drow Ranger split pushing, nearly taking out the top racks, or the top tower. They're going to turn back to Roche off those 3 kills, and they should be able to take it easily. Although I want to see Tidehorn just go down bot lane and start pushing it. They can actually push off this, but they're not going to be prepared ahead of time, and thus they're not going to be able to get too much off this Roche immediately, nor will they make anything of the kills really. Well, this Timbersaw, it's not looking very good on his Bloodstone charges, sitting at 3 with a 1-5-3 score. The Zeus is doing far better for himself. 18. Getting quite a few kills since he picked up his Bloodstone. Timbersaw doesn't even have... Oh, he does have 10 mana regen a second now. Still pretty weak for him. Meanwhile, the Drow continues to farm. Don't really know what she's going to pick up next. Just holding a lot of gold onto her right now. She has her Helm of Dominator in the stash. Probably saving that for Satanic later on. Although the Dire, with that Aegis, they're going to be pushing up mid lane, trying to make use of that Aegis. Oh yeah, and a DD. Oh yeah, can't discount the DD rune on the Zeus. He's gonna do 200 damage with right click. Stomp's gonna be coming out, slow that push up. Mirana gonna kind of kill that creep wave off. And the Elder Titan walks out. That's not what you want to see happen. Misclick from him. Unable to deselect his hero. Oh, arrow comes out on the Zeus. He's gonna get stomped up. They have a ton of burst damage, but the Tidehunter's there. The three-man Ravage into Static Storm. Huge damage coming out on all the heroes, but the Bloodstone keeps them alive a little longer after the Timber goes down, but insta buyback from the Miranda. She's gonna be looking to join the fight very quickly. Zeus takes down another though. The Shadow Shaman dying. Zeus, but he could die here, but the healing ward just keeping him alive. Not enough damage. The Miranda barely leaps away, but she goes down to a crit. Silence comes through. Dry Ranger's here now. And she's going to start right-clicking away, or she's going to be running back, and now she's going to be right-clicking away. Well, the rest of her team is dead. Elder Titan buying back, looking to help this Dry Ranger out. Aegis is down on the Juggernaut, and this tower still hasn't fallen. But so many low heroes on the Dire side. This Juggernaut's going to get hexed up. Oh, a couple heroes got stomped, but yeah, nothing made of it. Aegis falls for the Dire, but 3 deaths plus buyback and one death that didn't buy back for the Radiant side. Actually, that was a dieback for the Mirana, in fact. Very bad for her. It's gonna pretty much kill her item progression. It's gonna take a while for her to actually get her next item now. Having lost that gold from the deaths and the buyback. Dry Ranger picked up herself some bots as well as Zeus just now. Both these heroes getting quite a bit of mobility now across the map.
Trouble brewing at Radiant.
Shadow Shaman looks like he'll be getting a Force Staff if he gets another item. Also, Elder Titan is getting chased up by the Jug here. We're not gonna throw an arrow looking for it, but not gonna find anything. Disruptor. His item. He has a Force Staff and he's going to be going for an Axe whenever he can get it. Probably won't be too soon though. Tidehunter. He has his Guardian Greaves. That's nice for him. Zeus still sitting on a huge amount of Bloodstone charges. Last fight getting him even more. I'm guessing he'll get something like a Hex next. Maybe a Shiva's. Nah, probably not Shiva's. Did the Juggernaut have an Abyssal previously? I don't think he had an Abyssal for last fight. Although, wait, yeah, he probably did. I just didn't check. He's sitting on a huge amount of gold right here. They're going to be pushing to take down another tier 2 for the Dire. It's going to go down pretty much uncontested. Only the Elder Titan Stomp's going to be standing in their way. Mirana has an Ogre Club. Probably going to try to turn that into BKB. Meanwhile, Drow Ranger is going to get Abyssalled, and she's going to get chased up by this Juggernaut. He has the Manta. He's going to be able to bash her again, and she's going to be going down. No, there we go. Just enough damage from the Zeus ult to get that kill secured. Now, top lane, they're fighting. Get a 3-man Static Storm, although not stuck in the kinetic field. The Shadow Shaman and the Timbersaw able to get away. The Mirana is going to get pulled back, and the Elder Titan was there. Both going to go down. And Timbersaw getting 1 kill in return, but hardly worth it. Losing just a Tidehunter. I'm pretty sure they're alright with that trade. Although they don't really have any good pushing power. They're gonna get some Shadow Shaman wards, which is nice. A little bit of gold for them. Juggernaut's here though. He's gonna be able to take this Rax, so it's like 30 seconds without their primary heroes. And the Shadow Shaman gonna lose half his health to Zeus. More than half, and he's gonna lose his life as well. Dominating streak so far from the Zeus. I can't even remember last time Zeus died. They just haven't been able to get to him at all. There's gonna be there's gonna be a first set of racks for the Dire actually. I forgot. I don't think they're gonna pursue another set. They're just gonna be happy with that and get out. They played this entire game pretty safe, so they're not going to be taking risks just yet. It's not a dire circumstance. Looks like Juggernaut, he does want to take this tower though. And he shouldn't have a huge problem getting it to half health, but he's going to be backing off now. As other Radiant heroes are coming in. Again, Playing it safe. They know if they can isolate the Drow Ranger, they can easily kill her. Juggernaut's gonna be going for a butterfly zone. Gonna pick up that now. Drow Ranger did finish a Mjolnir, but it didn't really do enough. She wasn't able to attack very much in the one fight that she actually did fight with her team. And that last Rax taken was fully as a result of her getting just picked off, not being able to fight. Lots of Dire Heroes rotating bot. You're just waiting for the next Aegis. They figure with the next Aegis they'll be pushing high ground again. Timbersaw though, Timbersaw's not in a good position. He has his pipe, but that's not going to save him. There's too much nuke damage and too much right click just in general from this Juggernaut. God, beyond godlike. Beyond godlike for him. It's going to be a very quick tower. This Juggernaut sitting on 2.8k net worth. Absolutely huge for him after he got his Battle Fury. His net worth just kept skyrocketing up, and he just kept getting more and more kills. It shows pretty clearly in the graph too. About 26-25 minutes in is when it started to go in favor of the Dire, and it's been going heavily in their favor since. Nearly 20, nearly 25,000 net worth lead for them at this point. Oh yeah, this Disruptor just finished his Aghanim's Scepter. That's going to be pretty nice for him. They can't actually BKB out of it anymore. Silencing items as well as abilities. Yeah, still just running around looking for Roshan, looking to wait for Roshan. This Marana, pretty far off from her BKB. Doesn't look like she'll end up picking it up before next fight, or before they even take Roche. Yeah, they know they're going to be going for Roche. They just don't know if it's up yet or not. They should probably know it's not up quite yet, as they're not taking it. I mean, as they're just showing themselves mid lane, not having their heroes inside the pit. They just got the Visage Bird sitting there, so they don't have to commit a hero to it. This Zeus sitting on nearly 5,000 gold. Probably gonna go for an Octarine Core next, to just get more nukes out in a timely manner. Yeah, he has his Bali, but she can easily drop. Radiant really just kind of huddle up in their base. I don't really think this is the course of action. Like, they're not gonna come back to this game by waiting for the enemy to come to them. They have to get more farm on their heroes, and they have to try to do something. Yeah, they are gonna smoke them now. I like this. I like going for a smoke play. The Dire Heroes should be split up if Roshan isn't up. Oh, unfortunately it is. And they're gonna be taking it, so all the Dire Heroes are gonna be gathered up for this. And Instinct, well, they do have an Elder Titan. They don't really have the best Roche fight. They might not need to worry about the Roche fight, though, as Roche is going to be down before they even get there. Disruptor putting some wards up. Elder Titan getting ready to go in, but they already took Roche, and they smoked up now. They actually don't know that they're that close, I don't think. They're going to see him bot lane now, and they're ready to fight. They're going in at full speed. They're actually not going full speed, not activating his Butterfly, but he's ready to go in. They find the Drow Ranger. This is who they want to go for, but they're actually going to start off with the Elder Titan. Going to take him down really fast. Ravage comes out, though. The couple ultimates used on the Drow Ranger. She goes down. She has buyback, but are they going to be really able to hold anyways? This is probably their last chance to hold. As the Timbersaw using his buyback. No Bloodstone charges for him, pretty much. Just sitting on one. Although, Even though they do have Aegis, they don't have a good ability to push high ground right now, as these creeps are all the way back here on their side of the map. I don't know why they'd be too worried about that, though. They only need one lane of creeps. They can just go bottom. Although Juggernaut is going to the secret shop, and he's going to be picking up something. Oh, he's going to eat a Moon Shard. Yeah. Gonna get him some extra attack speed. He'll likely be porting out to mid. Radiant smoke up on a couple of heroes? Don't know why you'd smoke up on those two. I know. Yeah, Stomp's gonna come out. He's gonna break his smoke, and Juggernaut's just gonna stand up there and right-click things, dropping his healing ward. Glyph is gonna be used. They're not gonna get another one for a while. Snakes are dropped. Timbersaw's trying to go in, but he gets stomped by the birds. He gets stopped midway. Huge stomp is going to hit onto most of the heroes. Lots of damage coming out to them. Both supports going down. Nice start to the fight for the Radiant. This is what they need to have happen. The Zeus ult doing so much damage. The Mirana is going to go down. Aegis is going to be dropped. Drow Ranger getting a kill. The birds are going to die. The Mirana is going back in off her buyback. And looks like the Titan is going to go down. Another right click. He will die. The Juggernaut is going to be able to... No, he gets stomped. But the Timbersaw goes in a little too soon. Drow Ranger should be able to show up and join the fight, though. Omni Slash is used. He's going to kill off the Shadow Shaman. Oh. He's going to die for this, though. Zeus ult gets 2 kills. As it's back off cooldown again. Refresher being purchased by the Zeus. They're gonna push up mid lane now. Drow Ranger and Timbersaw pretty good at doing that, even though he doesn't have much mana regen. They're gonna look to take this tower once the creeps get here.
Towers having technical difficulties.
It's gonna be a nice tier 2 grab, but wait. Oh, apparently the Drow Ranger was split pushing at some point, and these racks fell. That happened.
Dire's mid tower's nothing now.
Yeah, completely missed that. I have no idea when that happened. The Drow Ranger is getting a bit gutsy. Even if they don't have the Jug here, they still have enough to fight the Drow Ranger. Like, they have the kinetic field, they could drop it, but she uses her BKB so she didn't get called back. Smart play by Disruptor to not immediately drop the kinetic field before she gets there.
The prize is mine.
That was a really good hold, though. The Elder Titan ult was incredibly significant. It hit onto most of the heroes of the dire side. It's pretty much what won him the fight. Like, getting off to start like that with the Mirana combo to follow up, it was massive. And they all took extra damage because of the natural order. They're going to be able to get a Disruptor kill here pretty easily. Mirana leaps forward, the Timbersaw goes up as well. He's going to be getting that one. They're going to continue to push up mid lane. Juggernaut is up now, though, so it's much scarier to try to fight. Juggernaut sitting on 5,500 gold. Interested to see what he'll pick up next. He has an Abyssal, so I don't really think he'll go for a Scotty. He could go for something like an AC, give himself more attack speed and armor. And still gain himself more damage as well. He's gonna go for MKB just in case Drow ever gets a Butterfly herself. Pretty reasonable pickup. Down bottom, tier 2 is taken by the Radiant. Not too weird to see. Although they do have like 4 sets of ranged creeps backed up. Excuse me. Yeah, Radiant are gonna be happy with that tower and they're gonna back off. 51 minutes in the game, both teams losing a full set of racks, and the Radiant losing another range plus the tower.
What's with all the scribbling?
Dire Vision, far superior to the Radiants. The Radiant only having a ward here that's about to time out, and this one ward above Roche. Not really too useful to them. Meanwhile, the Dire, they have full vision of the Radiant base pretty much. It won't be too scary for them to try push up there again. Oh yeah, Juggernaut. Oh yeah, I forgot he had a blink. He just had it dropped on the ground in his something in base. Yeah, they're looking to go bottom. They want to take out this last tier 3 and the racks, hopefully. Juggernaut does have enough for MKB and his buyback, I believe. Yeah, there's 2.2k surplus. He just wants to farm so he doesn't have to worry about it at all. Meanwhile, talking about MKB, Drow Ranger also finished her MKB. So she'll be able to do a lot better against the Juggernaut, and she already shredded him last time they fought. Like, he was just hitting racks and she just kept wailing into him. He went down very fast for his first life. Even with a missed chance, it didn't count for too much. Pushing in from both sides. Gonna have to commit a couple of heroes top lane to stop the creeps there. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the majority of the Dire team is here. Gonna be able to take out that one Radiant ward that's left. Although the Radiant were able to... Oh no, never mind, that ward actually just timed out. Yeah. So Dire now lose the advantage they had over the Radiant. And we're gonna look to replace it though, as they put another ward down. Smoke is used by the Radiant. They're not gonna be able to see them come up here. They can actually go for the Juggernaut here. If they manage to pick off the Juggernaut before the fight, I think they're in a really good spot to win. Yeah, they're not gonna actually look for him though. Drow Ranger is sitting in mid lane. She's gonna break her smoke. I don't know why you'd use both Moonlight Shadow and Smoke, but not try to get aggressive with it. Like, they're spaced out outside their base. They're not really gonna have that big an advantage fighting on high ground other than the vision. But I think getting a pick off there would be much more powerful than trying to fight with extra vision, better vision. Yeah, still just sitting out, not really even sieging because he doesn't. Why isn't he actually sieging with his Manta anyways? Yeah, he's gonna go up and just hit it without doing anything special. Drow Ranger ready to go in. She's gonna take down the birds so easily. Oh, the Juggernaut's went over to the mid lane. He's gonna get. Looks like he get cut out here though. He gets hexed up. He's all alone. They don't have anybody coming in. The Tidehunter doesn't have blink yet, and he's gonna go down. He's gonna immediately buy back. And he did TP down bottom. He's ready to go back in. He's anchoring. He's itching for a fight. Considering Jug already bought back, I think they should send the courier to side shop. Oh, the Zeus is gonna get arrowed after the sleep, but the Juggernaut jumps in with a huge Ravage hitting onto 2. Although the Mirana is out there, she's BKB'd up. The Drow Ranger's on high ground. She's hitting everyone for massive amounts of damage. 4 heroes down, including the dieback on the Juggernaut. They're going to be able to kill the Zeus as well. He has no way to escape here. No, damn it. It doesn't actually hit him beforehand. They're going to see him, but they don't have enough to stop him from porting back. This is a huge opportunity. A dieback on the Jug. Another 100 seconds before he's back up. This is the opportunity they need to push and just end the game. I think they should just go for the win here. Just ignore the barracks, just go for the kill. Ravage got used. The Zeus is all alone. He has a refresher. Disruptor is gonna have his ult. The Visage is not gonna have his ult. They're gonna use the buybacks, but it's not enough to hold them back. They can't fight the Drow Ranger with these heroes. These heroes just don't do enough. Although the Drow Ranger is taking quite a bit of damage from Zeus. They just need to go up and hit the Zeus. Just go up and silence him. He's going to take so much damage from that, though. They need to catch out the Zeus. They're actually going to be forced back by just the Zeus alone. This is not what you want to see happen. They're just going to have to back off this Drow taking far too much damage. It should have been... This is the point where you'd want to be able to take advantage of that and just like go for the win there. The Zeus alone being able to hold him back is massive disappointment, I feel. Surprised the Zeus doesn't buy another item. Oh, Zeus ult is gonna be used, but that's not the actual drow. They baited out the Zeus ult there, but it's not too huge of. Did Zeus buy some tangos? Arrow's gonna come through. It's not gonna hit onto him. Barely gonna dodge it. I don't know why the Rain Heroes are still sitting up here. I don't think the Drow Ranger is gonna be wanting to come back, especially with the Jug coming up. Yeah, they're gonna back off immediately once the Jug's up now. They're gonna see the one hero's retreating down this way. They smoke up. They're gonna look to pursue. Roche is up. That's probably what they're gonna go for. It's gonna be a very nice pickup for them. I probably expect the Juggernaut to drop his Blink and his Battle Fury so he can pick up an MKB in the Aegis. Or possibly his Manta if he feels like the silence doesn't actually matter. I definitely think that the Manta gives him more damage than the Battle Fury at this point, if he's not cleaving. Cheese, since it is the third Roche, this should probably go to the Disruptor, or the Titanheart. Yeah, Disruptor's gonna be picking that up. As Zeus has his Octarine core, he is fully slotted out. Still sits on another 5k gold. Surprised the Visage never picked up anything like Medallion or Vlad's. Not Medallion or Vlad's, but Medallion or Desolator. He's sitting on quite a bit of money himself. With this Aegis, they feel pretty confident to push up. I still don't know why the Jug has just 2 Javelins saved up, but not actually using them for anything. I mean, he could just buy his MKB. It'd probably be better than having either the... It'd be better than having the Battle Fury, I think. Unless he's just waiting to see if they pick up a Butterfly. But then why actually buy that at all? Arrow's gonna miss the catapults, which was probably the target. I mean, unless they're actually trying to just catch a hero there. I wouldn't think they would. And Juggernaut and Zeus, they're gonna be going back. They're gonna be pushing out the other lanes, gonna get extra farm on them. 2 catapults in this set of waves for the Radiant. They want to keep their lanes pushed so they don't actually get ratted like that one time when they lost their top racks. Yeah, Jug is gonna be buying the MKB. He dropped his, what was it for it? Can't remember what he sold. No, he's gonna pick up a Scotty instead. No, Jug does not want MKB. In fact, he wants Scotty. Oh yeah, he dropped his Butterfly, I forgot. Or he sold his Butterfly because MKB on the draw means it's far less useful. Scotty gives him more raw stats, while still giving him some damage. Meanwhile, the Radiant, no real ward vision for them means they can't see anything about where what the Dire are doing. Because they have to stay huddled up in the base. They should smoke up. Yeah, they're gonna smoke up here actually. Right? Like, they should definitely smoke up now and go out and like try to get something out, like a ward. Maybe look for somebody, try to pick them off. Like, the cores aren't with the group of supports essentially here. This would be a really good opportunity for them to fight. If they manage to pick off all 3 of those supports, compared to like these cores off doing something else, it'd be massive. Like, you need to get picks. They've seen all these heroes in different lanes. They should definitely commit to go for, because they don't really have a very good chance of winning a 5-on-5 fight. I ain't sure if the Drow Ranger doesn't get focused at all and she gets to attack people, she's probably gonna kill everything. But it's not as advantageous as if you were fighting a 5v4. As that window is closed, the Dire are getting closer to the high ground, and looks like Dino is disconnected. Yeah. Didn't even talk about the net worth that much because that isn't really that big of a factor at this point in the game, as late as it is. Most heroes have the items they want. And the net worth, like, the Radiant got a pretty big jump back after defending high ground. Although they're going up, they don't have any detection other than the Zeus, and he hasn't thrown down a Thunderbolt yet. They're gonna be able to initiate onto Zeus, they're gonna hold him up, but they don't have any damage. The Tidehunter's there, the BKBs don't get popped, and only the Ra dodges the Ravage. They're gonna be able to get a huge Static Storm and the Omni Slash. He's gonna be able to take down 3 in total. 2 buybacks used as a response. Or 2 buybacks, but whatever. And Dry Ranger is kind of sitting back, a little bit scared, doesn't want to go in 3v4. I managed to kill out the Visage, but now it's only 1 rack sitting between the Dire and Mega Creeps. They need to fight here. They can't let them get the last racks. They do have a glyph. They're gonna go in. She's gonna mostly nuke down the Disruptor, but it's not quite enough yet. Dry Ranger's gonna sit here. She's gonna get Abyssal. Juggernaut does not do damage through the spin, but oh, the Dry Ranger Hurricane Pike is extremely good. But the nuke damage from the Zeus is also really strong. And the Ra apparently is now gonna buy back. As she finally falls, I forgot. Yeah. Another buyback is also used. The Ra kills the Zeus. Wait, what? Oh yeah, he immediately bought back. It didn't show that he bought back for me. And they barely missed the Ra, but she used their BKB. She's gonna be visible for a bit. They're gonna be able to focus her down. That's 2 diebacks used, both Mirana and Drow. This is gonna be GG called. That's gonna be it for this game. Pretty slow for the most part. Some pretty good fights there at the end. And Dire just kind of out-carried in the end. They didn't have a good way of dealing with the Zeus. Like, I talked about they didn't have a great way of jumping on the Dry Ranger, but they didn't really have any ability to jump on the Zeus either. Yeah, this is only game 1 of 2 as well for the series. We'll be back with you shortly for game 2 of